We'll start in a comfortable cross-legged position. And you might like to pull the flesh of your buttocks back behind your sit bones, tilting your pelvis slightly forward, making the spine more upright. And we'll take a deep breath in and really lift the spine, reach the crown of the head high. And then exhale and relax the shoulders down. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes. See if you can feel your sit bones on the ground from the inside. Feel the breath in your belly. And let your belly completely relax open. Invite the breath to flow from the belly into the ribs, all the way up to the chest. Feel all the space inside your body. Feel the breath from the inside, opening up into the space that's there. And then notice the space in front of you. Imagining the space as far as the eye can see. And feel the space behind you. Vast, infinite space. Continuous space. Now imagine that as you breathe into the space inside of you, you're actually breathing into the continuous space in front of you and behind you. Your breath opening up into all the space there is. And then bring the hands forward, coming onto hands and knees. You can always take fists if your wrists are happier that way. Continuing to breathe into the vast open space. Good. And then we'll step the legs back, starting right off the bat here with a plank pose. Keeping your gaze down, feeling your belly engaging up toward your spine. Now we're just going to work the shoulders a little bit. So you're going to let the chest dip down, but not bend the elbows, so that the shoulders rise up, and then push into the arms and let the chest lift so that the shoulders are now lower than the chest. And then coming down, shoulders come up. And just feel how the shoulder blades are spacious and round on the exhale, and how there's a little valley between them as you dip down. Finding the breath. You can have your knees on the ground. You can do the same thing in a table pose. Still just getting the mobility in those shoulders. I'm just having us do it in plank because it's Monday and you guys like to work on Mondays. But if you don't want to, then make it your own practice. Good. And then let's all bring the knees down. And just send the hips to the left and look over the left shoulder. Send the hips to the right and look over the right shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale as you create a C curve with your spine. So a lot of times I see this, and you want to make sure that your head and your hips are both turning in the same direction. And then it's like your ribs are wrapping around a tree. Great. Come back to center, and we'll just do a simple cat-cow, rounding as you exhale, tailbone curling under. Inhaling, curling the tailbone up, opening the belly up, lifting the chest and the eyes. Finding the rhythm that works with your breath. And then if you want to work harder, instead of doing cat and cow, you can do downward dog and upward dog. And if you want to work harder still, you can come into plank, lower, hover over the floor. From there, take upward dog. And from there, take downward dog. And if you want to work harder still, since some of you I know are gluttons for punishment, then you inhale into plank, you exhale chaturanga, you inhale into upward dog, and then you come back into chaturanga and push into your downward dog from there. Just see what's going to work for you. A simple cat and cow is great. We're just trying to warm up the spine. And then whatever variation you're in, make your way to downward facing dog. Make sure your fingers are spread nice and wide. And let's pull the shoulders down the back. Roll the elbows to face forward. So we have that nice kind of spacious, rounded upper back like we did earlier in our first exercise. And then when you roll the elbows down to the floor, you might notice that the thumbs don't stick into the ground quite as deeply. And so counter that and really push into the thumbs, maybe the index fingers as well. And see how that sends your hips back. And then press your thighs back and let your heels press down. Your head sink toward the floor. And then take the right leg up and flex the foot. And just hold there with the hips level to each other. Keep pressing the left heel down. Move the chest toward the left thigh. And then inhale, look forward and send the right foot up between the hands. And then reach the right arm up, inhale. Exhale it down. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale it down. Good. And then go with your own breath back and forth, side to side. And the next time the left arm comes up, then just release down. And then lift the body up. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, straighten the leg and fold forward. Inhale, bend the knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, straighten the leg and fold forward. Again. Two more. The next time you fold forward, just step your back foot in a little bit so that you can bring the whole foot onto the ground. And then flex your front foot, lifting the toes. Good. And then inhale, lift your chin and your gaze, breathe into your heart. Exhale, release over. Try to relax your chest toward your thighs. Maybe letting those shoulder blades be higher than the heart. Relax your head down. Press your back foot down. Breathe into all the space inside and around you. Good. Bring the front foot down. Walk the hands forward. Coming onto your front foot. Lift your back leg up, folding your head toward your front leg. Maybe you want to take one hand, wrapping the other one around the calf. Maybe you want to really challenge your balance and try to take both hands off the ground. Beautiful. Bend your front knee, step your back foot all the way back. Step back into a plank. Good. And then bend the elbows, lower either all the way down or just hover. Press into upward dog or downward dog. Or cobra. And then we'll take downward dog. Pull the shoulders down the back. Roll the elbows down. And press the index fingers and thumbs forward, sending your spine longer. Back. Good. And then we'll lift the left leg up, keeping the foot flexed, keeping the chest toward the right thigh, the head down, and the hips even. Press down into that right heel. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step the foot up between the hands. Good. The back heel stays off the ground. And inhale, right arm up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale down. Keep going at your own pace. And ending with the right side coming up. And then bringing the hand down. And then lifting and inhaling the arms up. Exhale, straighten the front leg and fold. Bend the front knee, inhale up. Exhale, straight and fold. Do 3 more. And then remaining bent over, front leg straight. Step the back foot in until you can place the entire foot on the ground, including the heel. And then inhale, look up. Exhale, release down. Sink your heart. Whatever you're holding on to, whether it's the floor or some props or your leg, try to be light in your fingers. Letting the arms relax. No sense of holding yourself up. Just releasing down. Breathing in, filling the space. Breathing out, letting go. Sorry, I forgot to say, flex the front foot. And return the front foot to the ground. Walk the hands forward, shifting the weight into that left leg. Lift the right leg all the way up. And again, if you want to just Hold on with one hand and bring the other hand around the calf. Feel free. Maybe you want to try both hands. Good. And then bend both knees and place the feet side by side on the floor. Keep the knees bent, clasp the hands behind the back, and lift your clasp hands up as you fold. Soften the space between the shoulder blades. Release the hands down, tuck the chin, roll yourself up, and reach all the way up. Inhale. Exhale down. Let's do two more like that. And remain standing. Maybe close the eyes. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel it from the inside. Imagine you're inside your feet, feeling, then releasing into the ground. Standing nice and tall. Feel the rhythm of your breath. And then shift your weight into your left leg, feeling the body supported and held just by that one leg. Opening the eyes and finding a spot to fix your gaze on, and keeping your awareness in your breath. Bring the left hand onto the left hip. And you're going to lift the right leg. If you can take hold of your big toe and still straighten the leg, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just hold on to the leg anywhere that you can. Try to take the leg straight out to the side of you and as high as it'll go. And then if you want more of a challenge, turn your head and look over your left shoulder. Come back to center. Release the leg down. Release the arm. Close the eyes. Feel the weight of your body sinking down. And then shifting to the right foot. Feel the whole leg bone planted into the earth. Maybe even imagining it going several feet down into the surface of the earth. You may have heard about bamboo, which grows, as you know, really, really tall, and yet manages to stay upright even in the face of winds. And I've heard that that's because first the bamboo grows roots down, 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 down for several feet. And then once it's rooted, Then it starts to grow up. So we'll open the eyes. Let your gaze be relaxed on the spot in front of you, and your mind resting in the breath. Right hand on the right hip, lifting the left foot, taking the big toe, or maybe just holding on to the thigh, straightening the leg out to the left. Try to have it level with your body, not in front of your body. And then if you're challenging yourself even more, you can turn your head to the right. Finding a new drishti there. Steady on your breath. And come back to center. Release down, close the eyes. And then just shake the body out, bouncing up and down, letting the arms shake, knees bounce, maybe letting your head shake, your hips. And come to stillness, feeling the vibrations, the sensations, the aliveness. And then step the feet wide apart. The toes will be wider than the heels. And bend down into the knees as deep as you can. Arms come out to the side and then bend at the elbows in right angles. And we're going to twist, and I'm going to give you two options. One is to inhale to one side and exhale to the other side. And the other one is a more rapid breath where you're exhaling to both sides and just doing a passive inhale as you go through the center. So in the second version, you're basically doing breath of fire, but in both versions, it's kind of a forceful, strong breath. Make sure your eyes wrap all the way around behind you. That's going to give you that extra bit of twist. Good. Inhale, step center. Lift the arms up. Take steeple mudra, index fingers extending up. Hold your breath. Lift up from the perineum, that space between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Lift up from the navel. Lift up from the diaphragm. Bring your chin down and lift up from your throat. Press the tongue to the roof of your mouth and roll your eyes up, holding the breath. When you need to exhale, we're going to step wide and come back into our goddess stance. Let your tailbone sink down. Let your shoulder blades roll down your back. Maybe take the elbows back a little bit more, opening the chest. Maybe going even lower in your stance. And straighten the legs. Release the arms down. And then take the heels as wide as the toes. Inhale the arms out to the side again. Exhale, send your left arm down and your right arm up. And don't touch the left arm to the left leg. Turn your gaze up if you can, otherwise down. And push down into the feet and really reach up through that right arm. And then take the right arm overhead. Push out into the right foot and reach out of the right hand. Again, the left arm just hanging. Exhale and sink. On your next exhale, see if you can drop the right ribs toward the left ribs. And on your next inhale, come back up into a 5-pointed star. And then exhale, take it over to the right. Start with the arm lifted. Exhale, sink the right arm down. Big deep breaths. Notice how your core has to work. And then take the left arm overhead. Push into the left foot, reach out of the left arm. Sink the right arm. Drop the left ribs. And inhale back up into 5-pointed star. Exhale, come halfway forward. If you have the strength and the desire, challenge yourself more by bringing your arms straight overhead. If it's too hard out to the side, challenge yourself less by bringing your arms behind you. Steady, long, full breath. And then release down, letting your hands come down shoulder width. Maybe they don't touch the ground, they still just hang shoulder width apart. And if they do touch the ground, press the hands forward, dropping the body over. Good. Now bring the heels in again, toes out, and bend the knees until the hands can come onto the ground. The hands will be shoulder width apart. The knees bend so much that the backs of the legs rest on the backs of the arms. Spread the fingers for maximum grounding, and then see if you can lift one leg off the ground. And then try the other leg. And then you can either try those same legs again individually, or you can try lifting both legs off the ground, walking the feet out, making sure your elbows line up over your wrists, and then lifting the legs, balancing on your hands. And wherever you are, bring the feet down. And let's just tuck the left hand under, stretching out the wrist. And then the other hand. Good. And then bring the heels together. Toes are wide apart, heels are touching. And we'll come into a frog. And then straighten the legs as you fold over. And then bend the knees as you lift your head. And try to go rapidly with your breath. Inhale down, exhale up. It's a strengthening class, so push yourself. Really use your breath. That's where your energy is going to come from. Even though the breath is rapid, take deep breaths. Two more. And then come to straight. Send your heels as wide as your toes. Coming into a standing forward bend. And then take hold of your opposite elbows. Let the weight of your elbows hang toward the ground. And then sway the elbows and the torso from side to side. And come back to center. Release the arms. Press down into the feet. Lift and engage the thighs. Exhale, lift the navel. Sink the body over. Bend the knees. And roll up, chin to chest. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling down. Nice slow movements, helping your breath to return to a deep, slow flow up and exhale down. Stand for a moment, just taking in how the body feels. Softening the belly, relaxing the shoulders. And then we'll take our hands into steeple mudra again. All the fingers interlace except the index fingers. We'll take the arms up. We'll inhale and lift the chest. And exhale, send the eyes and fingers back. And as you inhale, push down into the feet and imagine that you're being pulled up by the center of your chest. So you don't want to be bending in the lower back. You just want to be lifting the chest up and then dropping the head back, sending the arms back. Exhale, release the arms, bend the knees, hang over. Inhale, roll up, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, roll over. Inhale, roll up, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, roll over. And then roll yourself up. Lift the shoulders, inhale. Exhale down. Good. And shift your weight again into your left foot. You're going to warm up the hips a bit. Gazing gently on a spot in front of you. We'll lift the right foot. Bring the left hand around the ankle and the right hand over the foot. And then inhale, stand tall. Lift the foot up. Exhale, relax it down. Inhale, reach through the crown of your head. Pull up with on the foot. Exhale, relax. Good. Do 3 more. Releasing down, take a moment with the eyes closed. Shifting weight into the right foot. Opening the eyes, gazing gently on the spot ahead. And then lifting that left foot. The right foot comes over the ankle. The right hand, comes over the ankle. The left hand over the bottom of the foot. Stand tall, inhale, lift the foot. Exhale, relax. Feel your spine growing taller as you inhale. 3 more. And take a moment to feel the feet on the ground with the eyes closed. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend halfway. And like last time, the arms can come out to the side or behind you if you need to make it easier. Send the hips and thighs back. Send the chest and hands forward. And then bring the hands to the ground. It's okay if the knees need to bend, and walk them forward, coming into a plank. And then we'll bring the right knee up to the inside of the right wrist. We'll curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, and press back into your left heel. And if you want more of a stretch in that hip, you just bring your front foot forward, creating more of a right angle with your leg. Good. Press back into the back heel. Good. And then lower that knee. Release the toes. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold forward. Now push into your right hand so that you drop your left hip down. You're going to walk the body over to the right and reach out of the left arm. Relax your head. Here's a really good time to be using that breath that seems to breathe into the space all around. Come back to center. Plant your hands, curl your back toes, step back into plank, and then bring the other knee forward. Again, you can bring the foot further forward if you want to increase the intensity in the hip stretch. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, and press back through the heel. And then bring the knee down, relax the toes. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. And then press your left hand into the ground so that you drop the right hip, the front of the right hip moving toward the floor. And then take your right arm over to the left and reach long. And breathe deep. Relax the head. Relax the hips. Relax all the resistance and just fall into it. Sensations and all. Focusing on the breath. Filling the space, filling the room, filling the universe. Come back to center. Plant your hands. Curl the back toes under. Step back into plank. And then we'll roll over onto the outer right foot. If you're able to, stack the left foot on top. If not, leave it on the ground. And if that's too much for you, just bring the right knee to the ground. Do a modified version. And then we'll take the left arm up. Those of you who want to work even harder, you can either bring your left foot to your inner thigh or wrap your first two fingers around your left big toe and take the same pose that we did earlier standing here, lifting the foot up. Good. And roll back into a plank and over onto the outer left foot. Again, stacking the feet if you can, leaving the right foot on the ground, even bringing the left knee to the ground if you need to, taking the right arm up, and then adding a variation if you want. And release down, bring the knees down, come into child's pose. You have earned it today. Relaxing over. Resting the shoulders. Resting the head if it doesn't come to the ground. Resting on hands or fists. Feeling all the space the breath can fill. Bring your hands under your shoulders, chin to chest as you roll up. And then off your feet, bringing them to the ground in front of you. We'll lay our bodies down slowly with control. Easiest is here, arms forward. Second easiest is here, arms crossed. Hardest is here, arms up. Tuck your chin, lay down slowly, and breathe. Do not hold your breath. Once you do come all the way down, arms will rest alongside the body, out a comfortable distance away. And you'll lift your tailbone, tuck it under, release the legs, shake them out. If you're working with an eye pillow, place that on your eyes. Closing the eyes and taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, sinking the weight of the body into the ground. In through the nose and out through the mouth, releasing the jaw. And in through the nose, out through the mouth, releasing the thoughts. And releasing the breath. So that there's no sense of creating the breath. Just receiving the breath. Allowing the breath to just happen. Noticing where you feel the breath. Trying your best to bring attention to your breath without interfering with the process of breathing. Just an innocent bystander watching the breath happen. Be interested, feeling each breath. If thoughts come along, if you notice you're lost in thought, great, just come back to the breath each time, even more relaxed. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Start to bring your awareness back, breathing into your heart. Reach the arms over your head, take a deep breath, stretch long. Hug the knees to your chest and rock side to side, massaging your back with the ground. Come center, knees out, soles of the feet together, palms together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. Then roll over onto your right side, either side. Just taking in how you feel. And then slowly press yourself up to any comfortable seated position. Letting the sit bones release down and the spine lift tall. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale the hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax down. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. Let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.